what's going on? This is going to be the number one channel. I'm here. I am Gino. This is Gray. I know him as G-Ray sometimes. This new channel is going to be all about some GG rated, some rated games, rated tech, whatever we decide to talk about.
Yeah,
Gray.
man. So everybody calls me Gray. Well, I'd say everybody that's friends with me back in the day, and Gino here is definitely an old friend, so he either calls me G-Ray or Gray.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you kind of say it with the last name. I don't know if it's maybe because of like a sports thing or something else, but everybody kind of does like the last name kind of thing, you know, and it's just kind of, I don't know, it kind of sticks, I think, with everybody, you know?
Yeah, and my last name is Gray, and one funny thing that y'all used to do, this is just a little side note, you used to put a piece of tape over the R so that it said gay on my letterman, which is funny, you know.
No, I don't recall that. Stuff. I don't recall that at all. It was a different time, though. It was a different time.
Yeah, for sure.
You and me's been kind of wanting to do this for a while. I mean, it's
man.
Been a long time.
Yeah, like both of us are really into gaming and tech and all that stuff, and we were kind of thinking we could put our GG rated stamp of approval on some stuff. So,
that's the thing. You know, we've been playing. How long have you been playing games?
Oh my gosh. Well, I can kind of show you one of the introductions. I played before this. But this is my original Game Boy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let's see when this thing came out. Was it like early 90s maybe?
Was it like 1988 or something like that? 88?
Well, so this specific model was built in 1989. And I was born in 1987.
So, have you ever done any of the mods? Have you talked about the mods before in reference to? Have you seen that for these Game Boys?
Oh yeah, man, that's really cool. What's that guy? I forget the name of the channel, but he goes through and puts like new screens on there and all kind of cool stuff like that. Yeah,
I
actually
awesome. Got Game Boy Advance. I'm looking to get the IPS screen. I got the model. I got everything to kind of do a little hobby for. But yeah, that's cool.
That'd be really cool to show.
But you know, we're in our 30s now. We got kids. I got a little girl and a little boy. Josh has got some kids as well.
I got two boys, man. Yep. I got two wild ones.
Yep.
One's about to be 4, and then the other one, he's just a few months old, so he's still fresh.
Just had one. So you would kind of take the aspect of I think on this channel. I mean, I don't know. Tell me if you agree, Gray, but in reference to our take on, you know, we're kind of going into we're fathers now, you know, we've been gaming for a while. We kind of have this as kind of like a hobby, and we kind of played so many games over the years from, like you said, you said the original Game Boy to the PlayStation to, you know, recently just us playing the new Modern Warfare 2, you know, Warzone 2 and all that.
Yeah, dude.
You know, I feel like we can get a very good take on a lot of these games and kind of give a different perspective than a lot of people do, instead of the corporate structure. You know what I mean? And I feel like we could take a whole different take on a lot of these games. So I don't know if there's anything else you kind of want to hit on in reference to who we are and what we do.
Yeah, I was just we can do some more of that later. Some of my gaming history of brought up primarily Nintendo and PlayStation, and moved over to Xbox One. Now I'm on PC a lot, and then now where I get most of my gaming is on the Steam Deck, and that's definitely something we're going to talk about too, because now I have options for everything, because you can emulate a lot on that thing. So that's definitely going to be something that I do want to talk about, and I do want to mention in the future. I just wanted to hit on that real quick.
Yeah. Tell me real quick, because it's really awesome looking at it. What do you have running in the background? I see some little retro going on in the background, dude.
Yeah, so I got a mini SNES console right now. And then on the other one is actually my old computer playing some Nintendo 64. It's playing a game called Pilot Wings, which is one of the best Nintendo 64 games ever. It's amazing.
See, I can't remember that game, so you're going to have to check that out and stuff. So, look, and I'll say this, guys. We have a lot of things we'd like to talk about, kind of get started. We kind of want to do an overview. But we have a lot of things that we kind of just sprung up that we just want to have fun with. If you want to know something that you'd like to go over in the comments or something that you want to look at, that you think could be fun to go over for us and play, or even play or something, we'll do some separate video with some gameplay. I think we talked about. So if you got anything you're thinking of, leave it in the comments, and don't forget, I like to mention, I don't want to say it at the beginning or say it at the end, but like and subscribe. If you like this kind of content, we'll try to see what, try to congest it in a little bit, right? And try to work all this stuff out.
My internet is also pretty spotty right now. I'm trying to get it out to the shop better, so I might lag out a bit, but eventually it's going to get fixed. So don't worry.
We're gonna get all the quirks. We're gonna get everything good. So stick with us from the beginning. It's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna have a lot of fun on this channel. A lot of games gonna be shown. A lot of different conversations. So all right, great. Let's talk about these Black Friday deals. I'm gonna kind of run over them real quick. Just kind of go a little bit fast. I know you got a couple that I think you was telling me about earlier that you're gonna run into and kind of let everybody know about, right?
That's right.
We got Pokemon Shining Pearl. Not a big Pokemon fan. I like the idea that they go with. They got a really good franchise going there. Pokemon Snap, $39. Mario Party Superstars, $39. Madden NFL 23, $39. I still think I would wait on that at this point, or look at.
And are these for like digital downloads, or is this the actual?
These are actually copies. These are actual physical copies. Okay. They can get at GameStop, but you can always go into GameStop, and a lot of times they might have actually the cards or whatever that have the codes on there where you can actually buy them and put them in. But for Xbox and PlayStation, mostly you got Link's Awakening for $39. I really like that game. I played that one on the Switch. I really like the remake on that one. I have not bought the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword yet for the Switch, but $39, not a bad price. I still would like to see that game get down to at least $30. Great game. I know you have that as well, don't you? Yeah. Have you played that? Yeah.
I game share with a buddy of mine, and he's got it, so I have it.
Awesome. I just bought Miles Morales, Spider-Man on Steam. Started playing through that a little bit. Fire Emblem Warriors, $39 for the Switch. Also, Madden NFL 23 for the Xbox Series X for $39. A lot of great deals on GameStop. I think you got a couple that you want to kind of go over and
and these aren't necessarily Black Friday deals, but I guess you could make them that. Like these are games that I found in my own research. I saw and I think it popped up on my feed about this, actually, Fanatical doing a sale on Steam keys for Batman Arkham Collection for only $7.79. And what it is you buy this key and then you plug it into Steam, and you'll be able to download those games. If you were to buy them directly from Steam, it would be around $60. Now, websites like this where you buy like Steam keys and stuff, use at your own risk, do your own research. And I did a little bit and felt like it was viable for me because I was trying to find more games to play on my Steam Deck. And I played 2 out of the 3, I believe, and I know one of them works really good on my Steam Deck. I haven't really dove into the other ones.
That would be awesome to play that on the Steam Deck.
Oh, it's really cool. You just have to run it, I think, through Proton, maybe. And for those that know Steam Deck stuff, you're going to know what that means.
I mean, $7.79 though, John. I mean, like that's 3 games in one. So $2 and some change for each game,
right?
And these are great games too. I haven't even played through all of them.
Yeah,
I think I played through one. So
you have the option of doing that, or either trying to run them through some sort of like emulation. And if I can, I try to give money where I can, and if I can't get things to work, that's when I go to emulation.
Yeah.
But
look at
so
the
that's
normal value of these games. Just
right,
even now,
yeah, it's a sweet deal. So and then there's another one. Dirt 3 is one of my favorite games ever as far as like racing games, and this title isn't even on the Steam store. But
so
if you get a hold of
this anymore, if you look it up on Steam,
right? Exactly. So, but if you have a key and you plug that key into Steam, it still works. Like you can still download the game.
Now, is this a 100% thing, or I mean?
So I used this. I actually bought it off of this website is cdkeys.com. So again, do your own research. I did some, and I thought it would be viable. I think I bought a Windows key off of here before too, and it worked. And I bought Dirt 3 off of here, and it worked. And it runs pretty dang good on my Steam Deck. It's exciting. It might hitch and maybe lag every now and then, but for the most part, it runs excellent, and it's an excellent title. Love Dirt 3. So those are two of my picks to where you can save a pretty substantial amount of money.
I like Dirt 3 a lot. The thing that fascinates me the most about the picks that you have is not everybody's going to know about that either. It's not just that you can go on the Steam store or Xbox and be like, oh, we'll go and see what they have deals. This is a deal that you kind of got off a platform and you kind of bring it to Steam that they don't even sell anymore. And that's the biggest complaints that I have with these new companies, honestly, is they get rid and they decommission these games, and you can't get these games anymore.
Right, and I'm not sure if it's got some sort of thing to do with maybe some sort of contract with Steam. I don't know. And I know some of these websites that you get these keys from, they actually have deals with the developer to get these deals. Yeah. And then other keys you might get might be they might have got them from more nefarious means. Yeah. But I'm not sure. Like, it's hard to be completely sure. Fanatical seems more legit on the type of research I've done about it. But yeah, it just all depends. I cannot stress it enough. Do your own research. Yeah, don't take my word for it. But those are two sweet deals if you were wanting to pick up those games. So
yeah. What do you want to talk about? Maybe some GG rated? Maybe rate some how we're going to rate some games and stuff. What you think?
Sure. I want to go to kind of a we can either. So I think we talked about either talking about Warzone. We're going to give that, like, as of now, what we think about it. I have other games I've been playing on the Steam. I always have games I could talk about there, but we probably need one that we've both been playing, huh? Yeah. So I could talk a bit about Warzone, and you've played it a lot more than me. So
I have, but I think you played some of the modes I haven't played because I've been kind of stuck in my ways playing Battle Royale.
I can definitely talk about that mode. Is it DMT?
DMZ?
Or is that DMZ? I think DMT is a hallucinogen that they talk about on the Joe Rogan show. Not DMT. DMZ is what. I'm not going to have a trip.
All I know is DMT is the wrestler. No, that's a DNT, wasn't it? What? DDT. DDT. That's right.
What was his name? Dallas Page, right?
That's right.
No, that's DDP.
DDP. There's probably people laughing at those right now, like, man, y'all don't know what y'all talking.
Another thing, he actually does yoga now, and he's helped people to get in shape and stuff.
That's kind of interesting just to figure that out. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't watch wrestling anymore, but like back in the day, man, that used to be. I mean,
I watched some backyard wrestling
on N64.
Oh yeah, I think dude, we should play that together.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played that in a while, but
I remember
playing that. That game is awesome. Yeah, we got to maybe hook up some RetroArch and play that or something. But
anyways,
yeah, we digress. What I think in reference, I think the first game we should probably do. I mean, it's the most popular game right now. Everybody's talking about Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2. We've been playing it a little bit. We've been playing it together, playing it with some buddies. Proximity chat is amazing to me. I'm sorry. I love it. So I know you got your last night. You got your first taste of it. I think you loved it as well.
I got betrayed, and it was amazing because I would have done that too, probably. So basically, I like the direction that they've taken it. I was talking about this last night with Blaze, and I tend to agree. He was saying, and like I think this too, that Warzone 1 was more twitchy, slide hopping, fast paced,
streamer style.
Yes. And Warzone 2, it seems like you have more room, you move a bit different. It definitely encourages you to be more tactical. Yeah. And I love that about it. It just feels different. Like, it doesn't feel as Fortnite-y, I guess, is a word for it. Not that Warzone 1 was anything like Fortnite, but, they were definitely in that same vein. Yeah. really, I would more compare Warzone 2. You could kind of take comparisons from the original Black Ops Battle Royale called Blackout. Did
I never
you
played
ever
that.
play
No,
that? So
no, never.
it was more inspired by PUBG, where you actually had to like pick things up. You actually had to put the optic on the gun, like
That's
you
not
had
the
to put
first
things
time I've
in your
heard that.
backpack.
That's
Yeah,
not the first.
so basically Warzone 2, you have to do that, but it's not as tedious as it was in Blackout. Like things just go where they're supposed to go most of the time. Mainly you're going to stock things in your backpack instead of actually having to place things from the ground to your backpack. So they've definitely streamlined that aspect of Warzone compared to Blackout. So really, I think Warzone 2 marries the best of both worlds with being fun and not as tedious, but at the same time encouraging a bit slower, more tactical gameplay.
See, I think I like the fact you hit on the point. Pretty much what I was going to talk about is it's not the slide hopping and all that constantly. And I like the guy, but Doctor Disrespect, I watch him a few times. I think he's hilarious to me. But he made a comment I was watching the other day saying he doesn't like not having to do that because it kind of gives you that in between stage while you're running and you're not doing anything, gives you something to do. And I feel like that's an excuse, right? That's just an excuse to say, you want that movement and all. But this is a more, obviously it's not all realistic, but it's a more realistic approach to it, right? Of more strategic. I know we was talking about this last night. If you get the high ground, right, and you got the position right, you should win those gun battles, right? In Warzone.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to worry about this guy going left, right, 100 miles per hour, which is very unrealistic, slide hopping. Might not, because he's on PC, he can play better than somebody on the Xbox or PlayStation. It's just, I feel like the way they have it, they kind of balanced it out. And I think the streamers are kind of making it a little bit harder and they're not liking it as much because of that. But for somebody like you and me that's able to get on whenever we're able to get on and play and just enjoy it, it's been a lot more enjoyable so far.
I think so too. And I really hope that they don't take it back more towards the streamer inspired direction.
Yeah.
If they do that, have a mode that's just for that and like leave this one alone, because I think it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, they can even implement maybe the Warzone 1 mechanics for them. But I think it's going to take time. They're going to get used to it, and I think it's going to be okay. But the main thing, the best thing ever, I feel the nostalgia. I feel everything with it. The proximity chat is like bringing back the days of, remember, Modern Warfare 2, just talking the trash to people, and yet you hear a lot of stuff and everything, but it's amazing. It makes it feel more lively. It makes it seem more engaging to me.
I think that's a great word for it. It's more engaging, because when you're just hearing random people in a lobby, but you don't actually see their person or like interact with them, you find a lot of people just saying some really toxic, awful things. But for the most part, there was still that, but there was also other folks that were actually like talking and playing around and not just being mean just to be mean. It seemed like a better environment for proximity chat as far as like how you interact with other players.
Strategy wise too. If you're talking, me and you's talking like right now, and we're just talking about, well, what kind of pizza did you just order? And all of a sudden you wind up while you're running, you round up next to somebody, they're gonna hear, oh, somebody just talked about pizza. They're going to hear that in the chat, which is pretty cool. It's a more strategic thing. You better be quiet, or they're going to hear you. They're going to know where you're at. Let's talk about some bad things, though, Josh. In reference to what's some things they got wrong so far with Modern Warfare 2. Can you name some things?
So the proximity chat is great, but also I think they need to fine tune it. So the bad thing about it is, no matter if they're 60 feet away or if they're right in your face, the proximity volume is the same. So you can't really get a perspective or a gauge of how far away they are. So I think it would be relatively easy for them to add that to where if they're farther away, have it so they're not as loud. So you like really have to pay attention.
That's interesting.
I think they could do that to where proximity chat was more of proximity. Like, if they're not right up on you, they're not like blaring loud, because that can throw me off definitely. Like last night, I remember the guys who we were fighting were way on the other side of the bridge, so they were like a long ways off, but the audio was like they were right there in the same building.
That's true.
So,
that's true. And I know you can kind of adjust the volume a little bit, but you're right. If you can kind of do each individual person based on the proximity of where you're hearing it from. So if they're 40 foot away in a building, you know, it should sound like they're 40 foot away in the building.
Yeah, it should be kind of muffled or like something.
But I just want to be careful about this stuff because I don't want them to take it away. I
don't
think
either.
that would be a terrible call. How do you want to end this, man? Do you want to try to let them know what we think we're going to rate as of today? Now, let's make sure we make that clear. As of today, this is going to be our first GG rated, and I think it's just it comes full circle.
So is this just Warzone, or is this like the whole game in itself?
I think we should maybe do, what do you think? I think we should do a GG rate on both. Right?
Okay, I would like to hear more of your thoughts on what you like and you dislike about it. And
okay,
so
I give my three likes, and I'll let you give your 3 likes after that. My 3 likes on the multiplayer side of it is the attachment system that they have. I like the fact that you know what you can level up, that you can go to the next gun. You're not grinding every single gun. 100%. Are you there?
Yep.
Okay. Grinding every gun 100%. Doing it that way. I like the new attachment system that they have. Like I said, the movement is probably going to be the same like I have as far as Warzone 2.0 is the movement system and the multiplayer as well. The maps were actually not too bad. I'm not going to go into the cons yet, but I liked a few of the maps. Some of the maps are actually kind of great. I can't recall the names on it, but the one map where it's all the vehicles, a lot of people hate it, a lot of blown up vehicles, but the more that everybody played it, the more they liked it, I feel like. Yeah. So that'll be like one of my favorite maps in the water aspect. I guess I kind of gave 4. But what's some likes that you like on the multiplayer side?
So I would definitely say that they're heading more towards the hardcore shooter direction. I'd say that the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare was closer to what I would like as far as like slower gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
For the multiplayer. But I think they fine-tuned this one to where it's still kind of slower, but feels more like Call of Duty, to where you can just hop in and out of a game. Yeah. And still get that experience. So, man, that's a basic way of trying to, like, I could spend a lot of time on this, and I'm going to stop. But I think they're going in the right direction with fine-tuning what makes it more of an updated hardcore shooter, but also what keeps it COD and keeps it fun and accessible. And they have to do that balance, because I think that's what COD is all about. I like the direction it's going. I am excited to see what it's going to turn into. So my likes are it's staying accessible but still going in a new direction. Multiplayer is fun. Maps are good. I just have to get used to them. And guns are cool. I like how you upgrade them and everything. I would say the negatives is they don't have any of the old maps from MW2 in it, man. Like, come on.
Now
I want Terminal. Give me Terminal.
I know Terminal would be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, the maps that they do have, that's why I kind of pointed. I think they're okay. They're not the greatest, but I think they're okay. A lot better than the last ones.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though. I'm with you 100%. If you can get Terminal, you can get some of these old maps. I mean, it's just, that would be a game-changing thing for multiplayer. They just put Shoot House, which is back on one of the old maps, which Shoot House was great.
But it looks different. Like it looks old,
but it's a lot more graphical power and stuff like that to it. So I think all that stuff kind of would be great, you know. So I know we talked about the pros and cons, the 3 positives, 3 negatives, kind of. We talked about the map. I know you just got done talking about the maps. Great point on that. I think if they add that, that's going to be great. But let's kind of go into now. What's the summary of what do you think, Gray, about what's your conclusion on the game?
So I think that multiplayer is going in a really fun direction. I like that they've added the third person mode. I like the direction, but at the same time, I want them to add more modes. And I know it's still early. Taking that into consideration, taking all the directions they're going with in Warzone. I think they're trying some new, fun, and exciting things, and I'm hoping that the good parts I love about it is going to stick, and they're going to proceed on with that. You know, the things that I've talked about with how it's going to be more hardcore-inspired shooter, but still in that fun COD direction that it always has been. Like, it's got... Call of Duty has soul, and I think they've preserved the soul doing a bunch of new things. I want to see more nostalgia, honestly.
Yeah.
So putting all that in
player base, right?
Right. So all of that into account, I am going to give this a solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
4 streaks.
Okay.
It is an 8 out of 10 for me, and I forget, is that like a VTOL or something? What is it?
Yeah.
Something like that. So I'm gonna call in a chopper gunner, whatever 8 is.
I like that.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
All right. Well, I'll say that great points. I like it. I think you hit on the nostalgia part of it. I would love to see that as well. I'm really excited with this game in the direction. Not being afraid to take new direction in the game, right? Getting rid of the slide cancel, which was so popular, and trying something new. Hey, bringing in the third person battle royale. You know, I think when they started the first Warzone, they didn't really think it was going to be that popular. You know, and I think that they saw the popularity just explode, and they took it to another level, and they took some more risks, and they tuned up some stuff with the looting. All the points that we touched on before. I think with all the stuff that they kind of done, besides the mapping, besides, like I said, the connectivity issues that I pointed on, I would have to give this, when I'm talking about GG rating, and it's kind of hard for me because I am a huge COD fan, right? I would say if it wasn't for those issues and all, I would say let's do a 7. I'll do a 7, solid 7 at this point. So I think this rating can kind of go up.
I do too, man.
I think it can go up.
So if we average those together, we have a GG rating of a 7.5.
Yep,
I think that's fair. Pretty accurate. Yeah, like I think that is very fair because there's room to grow here, and I think we're pretty close, man.
Yeah. Well, guys, I like to say, hey, I appreciate y'all stopping in. If you agree or disagree on the GG rated, drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to get more content. Let us know. Let us know about some games that y'all do want to hear about, some stuff. Gray, I appreciate you stopping by as always and doing this channel with me and stuff. And man, ton of fun, man. Ton of fun.
Had a blast, dude, and there's going to be many more good times to come.
Absolutely. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see y'all next time.